Hi guys, in the previous video, I explained how you can implement Google sign-in inside your Expo React Native application, right? In this video, I'll be explaining how to do the same, but in a bare React Native app, right? So, if you didn't see the previous video, please go and see that particular video. But it's not a problem. I will be explaining everything once again in this one as well, right? So, the first step, okay, I'll go here. So, we already have all the code that is required to do it. It's the same exact one, but we're just going to copy and paste it there, right? So the steps are: set up your Firebase project and enable Google sign-in. So first go to your Firebase project and then create your apps. So view my first video on Firebase Auth series to set up all, like create a Firebase app and then set up all their stuff there, right? Once you have done that, enable Google sign-in in your authentication provider, right? So two steps are done. Next, this one is slightly tricky because you have to go to your Android app and then you have to go to Android and app folder. There you would find a debug.keystore. So you have to go to reveal, you have to open it up and then enter the password of Android. Okay, and then you will get this particular SHA-1 key. Go to project settings and then add it there. Okay, so I'm literally going to go back here, tap on this, and then I'm going to tap on copy and then paste it there. Okay, I'll tap on save, right? So that particular stuff is done now. So the next step, I'll go to here and then Google Auth. The next step is to initialize your Expo/RN project. So I have done all these things like fingerprint, etc. Right. The next step is to combine the Firebase Auth and the Google sign-in. Okay. So in order to do that, you have to go to this particular website and then go to your Expo React Native project. So I'm going to go to apps, and then this is the bare React Native project that I have. I have to first install this. Okay. Copy this and then paste it here and install that. Okay. Once you have done that, go to Android setup. So this is different from Expo. Okay, you have to see it one by one. So what you have to do is download the google-services.json and put that in the app folder, and then go to Android build.gradle. I'll go to Android build.gradle, and then I'll go where here. Use this version. I'll go here and then I'll go here and put that there. And then the next step is to literally copy this. It's not 4.4.3. Okay, it's not 0. And then in the build.gradle, you have to set up it. Okay, this is the only step which is new for this particular project. And then everything is done. Right. For the iOS, it's slightly difficult to do for iOS. Okay, that's where the complexity arises, and many people they miss it here. Okay, open your Xcode. Okay, here, see carefully on what I do. So you will get to know how to implement it, right? So I'll go to Xcode, and then in Xcode, I'll go to the project settings. Okay, sign in capabilities, right? Here, Xcode and configure URL types in info. Okay, go to info and then URL types. Okay, go here and then add your IO, this one. You have to add this one there, right? So go back to Xcode and then info. Sorry, not info. This one, what they are saying to add is reverse client ID. Reverse client ID. com.google. It's okay. So what we'll do, we will again download it. So I'll go here, go to Runix Expo, Runix, and then download this file. And then delete this. Move to trash, and I'll go here in the Runix. This is just for development purposes, right? Don't do don't put that here, put it somewhere. Okay, so here I'll copy and paste it here, rename it. Okay, here is the reverse client ID. Okay, no problem. I'll go back here again. I will open up this in reveal in Finder, drag and drop it there. Okay, drag and drop it here. Tap on finish. Okay, here I have the reverse client ID. So I will take this, go back to info, URL types, tap on this and then put this here. Okay, that's the second step. That's slightly confusing to do. Once I have done that, the next thing I have to do, optionally modify your app to respond to all scheme, etc. Right? In your what is it, you will need to add if your delegate file is shift file default and you will need to add the bridging folder. Okay, bridging. So to not to do the bridging, I will showcase it right here. In this one, go to file, new, empty file. I think not here, empty file. Okay, I forgot how to do the bridging file. Okay, wait, what I'll do? Create bridging file in React Native. Okay. Okay, bridging file. New file or shift file. Okay, I forgot. Okay. So I'll go here and then add file, new, file from template. Okay. That's all. File from template, shift file. Next, then bridge. Something, any name I can give. Create. Slightly confusing. Okay. So here sample. Okay, I think shift file, name the file, hint create. Okay, it should come up. It's not coming. Xcode is slightly always different. Okay, what I'm going to do, I'm going to create this file itself. Sorry, I will get this file itself, file, and what is this? File from template, header file, target. Okay. Here I have this, right? So I have the bridge file. So bridger header, sample bridge. I'll go here. This is Runix, right? So rename. Okay, here. Okay, let's add it there first. In this section, add this import at the top. So I'll add it at the here. Okay. And then next one in AppDelegate.swift, go here, application. So application, and then Runix, right? I'll go here and add all these things. Add this method. Okay. So I'll do this here. Let's put this here. And then okay, application. Okay, you shouldn't put this here, sorry. What is this? C delegate. Okay. Application, add this. URL options key. Oh, okay. So you shouldn't put, I believe you shouldn't put that here. You shouldn't put this here. You should put this here. Okay, correct. Right. And then for application, app delegate written in object, like you have to do that. Okay. So bridger header. Named by this. Okay. Go here. I'll delete this. File from template, header. Okay. Unix. IS. Okay. Okay. I'll do this and then I'll import it. Okay, I'll import it at the top. Okay, that's it. Right. So these are the configurations you have to do. One is here, and then let's delete. One is in the bridger file, and another one is within the app delegate. Okay. So for Android and iOS setup, everything is done. Right. The next step is simply to run the app. Okay, let's run the app. npm run Android. First Android side. Let's remove this. Okay, so we already have all the code. Let's discuss the code. So here Now combine this, right? So I'll copy this, and then okay, I'll copy literally this one whole. I'll go to the this one components, Firebase auth, Google auth. Okay, go here and paste it here. This is okay. Set up your Firebase project, enable Google sign in, combine with web client ID. You can see that previous video on this web client ID, and then the next step is to do the native code changes. Okay, in what is it in Android and iOS. That's it. Okay, once you do that, everything clicks together because like the code base remains exactly the same. The framework is different, right? So here in the Google Auth, we have two states of initializing and set user, right? We check if the user is signed in or not to do like the activities of if the user is signed in or not, and show them their email and UID, right? So that is this function, and then we use this sign in to literally sign in to to Google, right? And then with the help of this web client ID, we attach whatever the Google sign in users values to Firebase, and it will be logged in the Firebase database, which we can use it in later points, right? So here, first we check if the what else like if the Android device has Play services or not, and if it doesn't have it, it does not work, right? And then if it has it, we move forward, right? We move forward with Google sign in, and then we have the pop-up model, and then the rest of the cases, right? Here comes the most important part, where we sign in with credentials. We first get the credentials from the Google sign in, and then we keep it aside. Okay, and then we attach that to the sign in with credentials from Firebase. That's the logic here. Okay, from the Google Auth provider, we combine the credentials that we get from this library. And take this up from this library, Google sign in, right? And then we attach that to Firebase. That's what we do. Okay, so I'll go here. It's still executing. Once it executes, I will. Okay, so I'll open one more to run the iOS. So Xcode pod install. Okay, and then I'll run npm run iOS. Right. Yeah. So combination of a lot of things makes this work well together. Okay. You also have to install the keystore explorer to get the SHA-1 key. Right. And one more thing is in the configuration, you have to get the SHA-1 key from Google Play Store and Expo. This is not an Expo video, so I don't need to get that. You can also get it from locally with the help of this one, right? To get it from the Play Store, you have to go to this exact destination and get that key and add it in this particular section. Okay, add it in this particular section. Yeah, so I'll scroll down, and then once you add it, you have to re-download it and reuse it. Okay, the previous credentials, discard that, and then re-download this one with the updated credentials and then reuse it. Okay, then it would work properly. Yeah, so I'll okay. Cannot find application in scope. So here, what is this configuration? iOS setup. Oh, okay. I think this is not required as you say. Let's application. I think there's something wrong there. Okay. So at the top there is the thing now. I'm playing back main. Okay. I'll just run it. VM run iOS. This would be the view. So I'll close it. Okay. Yeah, this would be the view for iOS. So okay. Okay, so this is still running. So in the next video, what I will be doing is I will be explaining how you can implement Apple sign-in with your React Native application. Right. First will be with the Expo, and then second one will be with React Native CLI. The best part is I myself feeling is like once you integrate it with what the app.json or app.config.js, like it automatically takes care of most of the things that we are facing now. So, but I will still make guides on both, right? So it's taking some. Yeah. Okay. So all the configurations work, right? The thing is, in Android, it crashed not because of Google sign in, etc., but because of the Crashlytics library. I didn't configure it correctly. Okay. So how did I solve it, right? So I can solve it with help of a command called adb logcat. Okay, because when something breaks, right? So for example, if I open up the app, it immediately crashes, right? I don't know what is the problem because Android doesn't give it properly. Now, what I did was, if I scroll to the top, you can see caused by Java lang error, Crashlytics ID is missing. This occurs when Crashlytics Gradle bundle is missing. Okay, so what I did, as we are not using any of the Crashlytics stuff now, I have removed it completely. Now I'm going to rerun the app, and then it would work as usual, right? That is one. So, okay, so now let's go to the source code. So in the source, in the app.js, we have this new app screens, etc. We are going to remove all those things. And then we are just going to have Google Auth. Okay, we're going to have Google Auth. And then let's check it out in iOS side. Okay, so in iOS side, let's open up the app. And then we have one more um library called Google Auth. So here I am expecting, okay, one more error. I know what is the error. So what I have to do is, as I remove this Crashlytics library, right, it's crashing there as well. So simply, I have to go to do cd ios pod install, and then it will automatically update the pods there. Okay, and see it removed the Crashlytics, etc. Now I have to rerun it. Then it would work. Okay. So here, if you see, I used, you can see like in the background it's still there because I use a library called React Native Boot Splash. So I'll go React Native Boot Splash. Okay, in this one, and then if I scroll down, I already configured everything there, but I like no, I forgot to uh, do this height. Okay, I'll use that in use effect, and then I will use test. This is for what I would say like I was boot splash. I'll go to the top, import it. Let's see if it is gone now. Let's see, entry and then. Okay, it's still not going. Okay, it's not a problem, but the sign in worked. So you can see the sign in work, right? So that's how we can configure those background colors too. Wait. Okay, right. So in Android side, it worked. So if I tap on the sign in with Google, because as I am already signed in there, it automatically grabs from the latest session and it puts it there, right? So if I go to the this authentication tab, I can see that it's July 26 and it's there, right? Now if I go to iOS side, it's still running, but that's it, right? Like the main criteria here is like was like signing in with Google and then handling the authentication session. So if we are able to do that properly, then it's all good. Right. The main thing is configuring the native side. So the native side is the toughest part, which Expo takes care in the Expo side. But in bare React Native Flow, if you don't want to use Expo, you have to configure everything one by one, and the code base is the exactly the same. Right. So I'll see here. It's still okay. Like before. Okay, here if I close this and open it up, it crashed, right? But now it doesn't crash. Why? Because I used the adb logcat command to check what is the native crash and fix it. So here something is up here. So what I'll do, I'll go to Xcode and rerun this. If this particular error comes up, right? Mostly it comes up in bare React Native projects. In Expo, it doesn't come up because we don't change any most of the native codes. But here, are mostly dependent on that, right? So I have to do all these configurations to get it working. Here you see it's building, so I have to wait until then. And see, we get errors like this. The main reason is like we have to clean the build and run it. But this particular configuration, right, like adding these in the URL types and using the exact code for you should make it work, right? Yeah. So what I will do is I will see you in the next video on integrating Apple authentication inside your React Native application, right? So I'll see you.